SSDI and SSI beneficiaries. Are you also included for many of the provisions within the President's stimulus bill, which was recently signed into law? Now, this is a really good question, which I've received multiple times down below in the comment section over the last handful of days from SSDI and SSI beneficiaries wondering, hey, what's in there for me? Can I grab that? Can I claim that? Am I also included for that? A lot of people reaching out wondering these, and I don't blame you whatsoever. This is very confusing. There's a lot of moving parts here, and I want to answer those questions for you here in this video. So we're going to talk about some of the provisions within this big stimulus bill. We're not going to talk about all of them because there's a ton of them that are out there, but we will talk about some of the most popular ones and that may be out there for everybody collectively, as well as especially focusing on, again, SSDI and SSI beneficiaries. Now, if you're a beneficiary of other types of benefits like retirement or spousal or survivors or VA, RRB, or maybe you're low income, a lot about what I'm going to talk about here in this video will also pertain to you and your personal situation as well. So I just want to throw that out there really quickly. We will cover all that and answer your questions as well. So hopefully you can leave this video at some point understanding what's out there for you, what you can possibly grab, and what focuses on your situation. As I get it, a lot of things are very confusing and there's just so much within this. I totally understand that. I'll break it down for you here in this video. Now, I do want to give a quick shout out to official lady Dark Sky, who reached out down below in the comment section because she contacted this team of trusted advisors to get some help with her Medicare plan. They found her a better plan, better coverages, and saving her a bunch of money. So official lady Dark Sky, again, thank you so much for reaching out. She, just like 3,000 of you here in this community, have contacted that team of advisors to get some help with your Medicare plan. And again, if you are one of the 70 million people on Medicare, seriously, give them a call. It is 100% for free. They will look through all the plans available out there, the supplement plans, Medigap plans, Part D plans, Medicare Advantage plans. And again, for those of you turning 65 or retiring, this is by far your best resource right there. It is 100% for free. They will go to work looking through all the 20,000 plans, finding you the best plan with the best coverages for your personal situation and making sure that you are properly covered. Now, get this, 90% of seniors on Medicare are on the wrong plan and not properly covered. That's a bad deal because guess what? If something were to happen and you have, a claim to your insurance and they don't cover it, you'd be on the hook for that. That's a really, really bad situation and you don't want a surprise medical bill. Again, why having the right plan and having them help you find it is very, very, very important. Anyway, again, it's totally free. Give them a call. They will certainly help you out. And again, bring your list of questions. Now, I want to throw something out super fast. Annual enrollment is opening up in like 3 months, give or take a little bit here. Point being is that they're going to be so incredibly swamped when that opens up. If you call them now, again, call them with that phone number. When you do, you'll be bumped to the front of the line for annual enrollment. And then when annual enrollment opens up, you're right there. You're not at the back of the line of 70 million seniors. Anyway, after you talk to them, leave me a comment down below. Use the word chapter within your comment, and I'd love to give you a shout out in a future video, just like official lady Dark Sky. Again, thank you so much for reaching out. All right, anyway, let's talk about the questions and answers here that are popping up. Again, SSDI, SSI beneficiaries, where are we currently at and what's going on with this? Okay. Now, I would assume at this point you've heard about the big reconciliation bill that was signed into law on the 4th of July by the president, has all kinds of things within it, okay? A lot of people out there wondering, like, what's in this for me? Like, what can I get, right? Okay, so there's a lot of information within this. Let me point out some of them. Let me just point these out, okay? Please remember as well, I'm just literally the messenger, okay? I'm not the guy that writes the rules. If I were, this would be very different. There'd be a lot of different things in here. There'd be a lot more things out there for us. I'm just simply saying, if I were the one writing the rules, we'd be talking about something very different right now, okay? Anyway, this is what's in there. There's a lot of provisions. Now, let me point out a couple of them. The most notable one that I've had questions about, the $6,000 deduction. I've had so many questions about this. I've talked about it many times over the last several weeks here. Let's start out by talking about this one because this is the hot button issue. Many people want to know, do I get that also? Okay, totally depends on your situation. Remember, this is not a check. I repeat, this is not a check. This is a deduction on someone's tax return. Okay, now technically, if somebody's receiving SSDI or SSI, could they be included for this? The answer is Yes. Okay. Provided somebody is 65 or over. That's the key right there. You must be 65 or over in order to be eligible to claim this deduction on somebody's tax return. Okay. 65 or over, $6,000 per individual, $12,000 for a married couple filing a joint return. That is what that comes down to. And your income must be below the thresholds, which if you're on SSDI or SSI, by default, your income must be below the threshold. So that should not be a concern whatsoever. Okay. So that's number one. The $6,000 deduction. Yeah, technically SSDI and SSI could get that, but I'm going to throw this out there really fast, which is if you're on SSI, you're likely not taking this anyway. Reason being is your income by default is well below what you would even need in order to take this 6,000 anyway. You wouldn't need to utilize the 6,000 because your income's already well below the threshold of the standard deduction. So you're fine with that anyway. Okay. By the way, this is not tax advice, accounting advice, or advice in any way, shape, or form. Talk to your own professional. They'll know your exact situation. I don't know everybody's exact situation. Everybody's situation is very different, okay? All right, that's number one. Now, the $2,200 child tax credit payment, okay? That got bumped up from $2,000 to $2,200. Now, could SSDI and SSI beneficiaries be eligible for this? The simple answer would be, yeah, for sure you can. Right? Again, I don't know your exact situation, so don't quote me on that, but you need to have a qualifying dependent that would be on your tax return, okay? Again, you don't need to worry about the income thresholds because your income is well below the threshold as an SSDI or SSI beneficiary. So for sure, if you have a qualifying dependent under the age of 18, then you're probably good, right? So again, I don't know your situation. Talk to your own professional. They can probably help you out there, but yeah, they can talk about your exact situation there. And again, the whole $2,200 is not refundable. A portion may be, but not the whole thing. Okay, so yeah, that's out there. Now, other people have been reaching out wondering about the $40,000 SALT deduction. Okay, SALT stands for state and local tax deduction. Would an SSDI or SSI beneficiary also be included for that? The answer is yeah, there's no reason that you wouldn't be. Of course you would be included for that. Again, it's not for everybody whatsoever. State and local taxes, there's now that $40,000 deduction. I'm going to be fair with you. As an SSDI or SSI beneficiary, you were probably fine at the $10,000, but now they bumped it up to $40,000 for the next 5 years. Again, yeah, for sure, you would be included for that, okay? It's not a check. I want to make that very clear. It's not a check. It's deductions, okay? Most of these here that we're talking about are deductions. They don't have checks in this bill. That's not how this is. It's not a free handout check. That's not what this is. This bill is not a free, everybody line up and grab your wad of cash. That's not what this bill is, okay? It's not that. A lot of people think that it's a bunch of money that they're just handing out. That's not what this is. Not even close. It's not free money, okay? I don't know why people think that. All right, anyway. The SALT deduction, yep, you'd be included for that as well, okay? So those are kind of some of the main ones that are out there that people have been wondering about and, clarifying this. Now, I also want to clarify as well, this does not repeal taxation of Social Security benefits. I've had a number of people reaching out saying, I heard this repeals the taxation on Social Security. False. It does not do that. No, it does not do that whatsoever. Okay? Taxation on Social Security is still very much a thing. It has not gone anywhere and probably won't be going anywhere. But rather, that's where that $6,000 deduction comes in, is that they gave the $6,000 deduction to offset any potential tax liability that somebody would have been paying from their Social Security benefit, because now they have an extra $6,000 of deductions for an individual, $12,000 of deductions for a married couple, and that offsets some of that tax liability, but it is not a repeal of the federal tax on Social Security benefits, if that makes sense. Okay? I know that sounds like, what? Doesn't make any sense. I get it. It's that's what that's all about. Okay? But in general, as an SSDI or SSI beneficiary, if you're strictly living on your monthly benefit, you probably don't need to worry about any of this because your income is low enough that you're well below the threshold of any of this even mattering to you, okay? But if you are receiving your benefit and you're working and you have an income, well, now you probably have a taxable liability, and a lot of this would actually be pretty helpful. Or I shouldn't say all of this, but some of this may be actually pretty helpful for you, and that's what that would be about. Does that make sense? Anyway, I hope this helps for you to understand a little bit more about this. Don't get me wrong, there's way more in this bill than just these that I talked about here, but you probably don't need to worry about a lot of them. I'm just being fair with you. There's a lot in this, but you don't, like, it pertains to you, but your income is low enough that it just doesn't really matter, okay? It just doesn't really matter for the most part, okay? So anyway, just want to clarify that for you really quickly. I hope this helps you understand this a little bit further. We don't need to sit here for an hour and talk about this because just for the most part, SSDI, SSI beneficiaries, income is low enough where you would be eligible to take it if it applied, but for the most part, your income is low enough where it just doesn't really matter in the first place. Is that going to make sense? Because your income is below the deduction levels. All right, anyway, I hope that helps you a little bit. If not, let me know down below. I can certainly make another video. I can jump on a live stream, whatever you need. Just let me know. I can certainly help you out in any way that I can. All right. Anyway, again, huge shout out to Official Lady Dark Sky. Thank you so much for reaching out. Really appreciate it. Join her and the other 3,000 people here in the community that have contacted the team of advisors. They will look through the 20,000 plans to find you the best plan at the best price with the best coverages and the best fit for you and your personal situation, so you can make sure that you're properly covered, so you can see the doctors you want, the providers you want to see, the networks you want to be within, the prescription needs if you have any at all. They're going to find all that for you and make sure that you are having the right coverages and making sure that you're saving a ton of money. Anyway, call them. After you do, leave me a comment down below. Use the word chapter within your comment. I will do the keyword search, find those comments, and love to give you a shout out in a future video. And again, thank you. We got to look out for each other. And again, it's free, 100% free. I've got nothing to sell you. I have nothing to sell you, okay? Nothing at all. I do nothing to sell you. It's totally, totally free, 100% free. Just like everything else here on the channel, always has been and always will be. Everything here on the channel is free. Love free stuff. And yeah, anyway, please subscribe if you're new here. Big subscribe button down below. Please share the video. Big share button down below. Feel free to like the video. Thumbs up button down below. Otherwise, share that phone number. Again, share this phone number with your friends, family members, neighbors, acquaintances, siblings, coworkers, parents, neighbors down the street, neighbors down the hall. Share that phone number with them so they can also get some help with their Medicare plan. Otherwise, there's a link down below in the description or the top of the comment section to their website. If you would rather prefer to do that, go ahead and do that. Otherwise, just enjoy your day. Check out the other nearly 6,000 videos here on the channel in the video library. The popular videos I've hand-selected for you down below in the description or popping up now. Check those out. Until next time, enjoy, take care, and I'll catch you again later in the next video.